Hey, what's up, everybody? Today I want to chat just a little bit about MMOs. And I want to actually ask a question to all you MMO gamers out there. And let me preface this by saying, I actually really enjoy MMOs. I love the community that builds around them. I love the persistence of my character. I don't mind going through the grind and going on all the quests. I actually devoted myself for a little while to World of Warcraft, setting my alarm clock every day at 5 a.m. to play a little bit before I went to work. I was there for the launch of Rift this past year and Star Wars: The Old Republic. I'm wearing my Old Republic shirt right now. But my question to all you MMO gamers out there is, why are you so unwilling to embrace a new MMO? And the reason I ask that is it seems like when any new game comes out, and we're already seeing it now with World of Warcraft, is MMO gamers get in it early on, and then for some reason jump ship and go back to World of Warcraft. And, there's got to be a couple reasons. I mean, you always hear when these games come out that they're just a WoW clone. And I ask, why is that necessarily a bad thing? I mean, isn't every shooter nowadays pretty much the same thing? You aim down the sight, you shoot, you reload, you blow stuff up, you aim down the sight, you reload, but you're doing it all in a different context, in a different story world, different environment. And that's kind of what MMOs are. I mean, when someone says something's a WoW clone, is it really the lore and the story? I mean, to me, that doesn't seem like what it is. It seems like it's more the mechanics. Can we just say that the mechanics of WoW are what's kind of being cloned, and it's not necessarily the lore and the story that's going on? I mean, maybe WoW has just set the precedent for the mechanics themselves, kind of like a first-person shooter. You aim, you shoot things. That's what you do in MMOs. You go on quests. You have a persistent character. You go on raids. You do those types of things. And the reason why, or some of the reasons why I think maybe people keep going back to WoW is a couple. And I'm asking you to please correct me on these because I need to know the answers to this. Maybe it's the fact of the investment. People have spent so much money on World of Warcraft, especially if you were there from the launch of it. You're paying $12, $15, depending on what your payment structure is, every single month for the last 6 or 7 years. I mean, that is a lot of money that you've invested into the game. Maybe it's that. Two, maybe it's the fact that people just love the community that's built around WoW, and it's hard to get all your WoW friends over to the new MMO, and maybe people just aren't willing to do that, or maybe your friends over there aren't, so why not? Let's just stick with WoW. Let's stay with what we know. And maybe the other reason in sticking with the no is that people are kind of lazy to go out and learn a new world. Maybe there are some new mechanics and it's just kind of frustrating to learn those and you're just unwilling. Or maybe it's even the world itself. I mean, when you move to a new city, it sucks having to learn where all the new places are. Where's the McDonald's, where's the Target, all that. It sucks to have to learn all that stuff. So in an MMO world, which is just as vast and open, almost as the real world, it sucks to have to learn where all these things are, and people don't want to do that. I mean, personally, I enjoy exploring these worlds, but some people know the World of Warcraft so well that they don't want to have to learn a new world. So maybe that's what it is. Now, here's a crazy thought as to maybe why we're not seeing MMOs moving forward or becoming or having a developer revolutionize them as much as I think MMO gamers want, is because everybody keeps going back to WoW. Why invent the wheel when the wheel works perfectly fine? I mean, maybe developers just say, hey, well, they keep going back to World of Warcraft. Those are the mechanics they like, so we kind of need to just put them in our world, and then they'll just follow. They'll just go. Maybe we think our lore is enough. I think MMO gamers need to embrace some of the new things that developers are bringing in. I mean, the dialogue system in Star Wars: The Old Republic is great. I mean, it gives meaning to the reason why I'm going out and grinding, collecting 6 rat hides or whatever, whatever the context is. There's a reason behind me doing that. In World of Warcraft, I never felt that reason. I never felt like I really needed to go out and do that. The quests in this game really give you somewhat of a reason. Now, if you're not a story guy and you're just clicking through all that, then that means nothing to you. But if you're an MMO gamer, you're doing what you do in all those other games, just built in a different universe. So please, MMO gamers, I need to know why you won't move on past World of Warcraft. I believe it is probably one of, if not the best game ever created. Yes, I can agree to that, and I'll secede to that. But we got to move on at some point. And if people do not embrace the new games, that whole genre is just going to flounder. I mean, of course, the hope is there that when Activision Blizzard comes out with the new game, the new MMO, whatever that is, that it will be just as revolutionary as it needs to be. But I think we need to set expectations and realize that you've created, by showing your support for this game, you've created a genre that people want to duplicate. And until we can embrace the new games coming out, we may not see that revolution that we're really looking forward to. So please, please, please let me know why you keep going back to World of Warcraft.